afternoon, you're watching ABC News. This is ABC Midday, and I am Peggy Nyakwambano. Coming up in the next hour. The Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service has arrested a man seen in a viral video physically assaulting his wife at Ofankor. Meanwhile, the Gender of Ministry has condemned the assault, promising decisive action. Executive Officer of the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications and Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC, Tanko Computer, says that the ruling NDC would not interfere with the affairs of the judiciary in the country. In business, President John Mahama praises the Bank of Ghana and the Finance Ministry for their resolute management of the Ghanaian cedi and restoring the value of the cedi. On the international front, 25 schoolgirls have been abducted and one killed in northern Nigeria by gunmen. Stay with us, we have details of these and more coming up shortly.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Aye easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
Watching ABC Midday News here on ABC News Ghana Television. We're streaming live on Facebook at ABC News GH_. Now to our stories. The Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service has arrested a man seen in a viral video physically assaulting a woman believed to be his wife at Ofankor in the Ghana East Municipality. The suspect, identified as John Odate Lamte, was picked up by police on Monday, November 17, 2025, at the family residence after the disturbing video triggered widespread public outrage online. According to a statement issued by the CID and signed by the Public Relations Officer, Chief Inspector Bridget Babanawo, two of the suspect's siblings, Grace Kushi Lamte and Louise Odate Lamte, were also arrested. The two allegedly attempted to attack a female tenant they suspected of recording and circulating the video. Police intervened swiftly and rescued the tenant to ensure her safety. The CID further disclosed that efforts are ongoing to locate the victim, who reportedly fled the scene before officers arrived. Her safety and well-being, according to the police, remain a top priority. The Ghana Police Service reaffirmed its commitment to protecting victims of domestic violence and ensuring that offenders are brought to justice. The statement emphasized that the service will continue to act decisively in all such cases and urged the public to report incidents of abuse promptly. Now, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection has condemned the violent assault captured in a viral social media video in which a man was reportedly a landlord is seen physically assaulting and attacking a woman alleged to be his wife. In a statement issued on Monday, November 17, the ministry described the incident as barbaric, stressing that no individual has the right to subject another person to any form of abuse under any circumstance. It said the act violates the rights of the victim and is punishable by law. The ministry announced that the sector minister has contacted the Ghana Police Service to ensure a thorough investigation and to guarantee that justice is served. It also encouraged eyewitnesses with relevant information to assist law enforcement authorities. The ministry further noted that domestic and sexual violence remains a national concern and urged the public to promptly report such cases. Joining us on the line is Genevieve Patterson, Country Director of Amnesty International Ghana. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. Hello. Hello, Genevieve. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us once again. We are still trying to establish contact with Genevieve Patterson, a country director of Amnesty International Ghana. So we are trying to have conversations on the back of the recent video that circulated showing a man assaulting a woman alleged to be his wife. We know such cases do happen, but we barely or rarely see it. So we are still trying to engage thought leaders on this. We have Genevieve Patterson, Country Director of Amnesty International Ghana, on the line. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
What do you make of this situation that circulated showing a man assaulting a naked woman alleged to be his wife?
Yes, so first off, Amnesty International Ghana, we're very much involved in sexual and gender-based violence. We fight against sexual and gender-based violence. And funny enough, next week happens to be the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. So, I mean, we're quite disappointed to see such a video circulating. Once again, I didn't watch the video personally, but I've seen pictures and somebody blocked out the nudity of the lady in the picture. I would like to advise the public to desist from sharing such videos to, just anyone. If you are sharing it to the police, that is fine. Or to the necessary authorities that can act on it, that is fine. But please, let's desist from sharing such videos of, graphic violence and nudity. We have to think about what the victim is also going through. She's probably, going, her video is going around with her body showing. I don't think it's the best. So Amnesty International, we are completely against any form of violence, especially gender-based violence. So it's quite appalling that we have seen this. We have, however, noticed that the Ministry of Gender has issued a statement, and they have caught wind of the video, and they seem to be acting on it with the police. So at least that is good news to hear. As I said, there are so many forms of gender-based violence. You can see the man has a cane in his hand. He has raised his hand. It shows you that form of dominance in relationships. In Ghana alone, 1 out of 3 women face some form of intimate partner violence. This is facts and evidence. Every single woman in this country has experienced some form of sexual and gender-based violence, be it sexual harassment or rape or domestic violence situations, which is very sad to hear. And it's not just in this country, it happens in other countries as well. I know currently the Ministry of Gender has reviewed the Domestic Violence Act. It's been reviewed and it needs to be tabled in Parliament. So we are appealing to the government that this be done as soon as possible. That is one. Two, there are hotlines to call when these things happen. So kudos to the neighbor who got the video and everything and reported the case. I have to say that our Ghana police and also the Ministry of Gender are quite under-resourced, no fault of their own. But I believe government needs to do more in pumping resources into these institutions. The domestic violence fund. Currently, as we speak, there's less than 10,000 Ghana cities or so in that fund, which is very sad, because governments should always prioritize women and children's issues in this country. And I feel it's quite sad that we don't even have the necessary shelters. If somebody is going through this and they have to stay somewhere, a lot of the time you'll find that the DOFSU or the Domestic Violence Secretariat and Ministry of Gender, they have to take on the bills that come with these issues. Another last appeal I would like to make is about the medical reports when it comes to domestic violence and rape cases. You see, when you go under our law in Ghana, the medical treatment is free. Unfortunately, the law can be very ambiguous. So when they say medical treatment, it engulfs the report. But unfortunately, the hospitals also feel medical treatment ends once you are issuing a report. So the report can vary from 200 cities all the way to 2,000 Ghana cities. So when victims of gender-based violence go in to get treatments and evidence of rape and all those things, what happens is that they get discouraged and they don't want to take on the case or want to proceed with the medical reports. And most of the time, without the medical reports, it makes it very difficult to prove certain things in court. The other argument that is used is that the doctors also feel that they would be testifying in court, so administering a fee for the report is also valid. So these are some of the nuances that we are facing in with this issue of gender-based violence. Yes.
Right. Now, what specific reforms or interventions would you be expecting from the government institutions with relation to domestic violence in Ghana?
Yes, so for one, ensuring that the medical report is free. That is one very, very important issue that Amnesty and other partners have been fighting for. Another point is to table the review of the Domestic Violence Act. That needs to pass fast in Parliament. The Ministry of Gender got a very great consultant and a roundtable going where good input has been made for the review of the Domestic Violence Act. So I believe that should be government's priority as well. And then, fast tracking some of these cases. Sometimes you go in, you get your case to court, and it just drags, especially when it comes to cases of domestic violence. We always say, oh, go to DOFSU, go and report the case. And then again, because DOFSU is under-resourced, then you have issues where even for a police officer to drive perhaps to where the incident happened is a problem because there's no fuel or there's no vehicle available for them to go and investigate the case. These are the realities on the ground. So I believe that would be my third point. Government needs to invest more in the entities that support the support services for gender-based violence. So when I talk about support services, I'm talking about therapists, available psychologists for persons that go through this terrible issue. I'm talking about DOFSU, when they need to go and investigate and those kind of things. Resource DOFSU properly. Resource the Domestic Violence Secretariat. Make more money available for the Domestic Violence Fund. And then really work on the shelters Currently, as we speak, I know government does not have, they have the shelter for abused children that can barely take, I think when they even take 30 children, it's too much, and so we need to make the necessary arrangements to have proper shelters for persons who go through this traumatic experience. Thank you.
All right. Finally, we maybe if this neighbor didn't put the video online, we wouldn't have seen what went on, or the woman wouldn't have reported this abuse. Now, how can civil society organizations such as yours enhance public education and community level reporting mechanisms to help curb these abuses, or to help victims know that they can go and report and build their trust in the system?
Yes, so we always ensure, because right now they've updated the Cybersecurity Act. And so something like this, I believe there's a fine for it to share this kind of content. So let's be careful on how we share videos. I feel the neighbor did a good job, but perhaps the video leaked after that. Perhaps the neighbor shared it to police authorities or shared with their friend and said, what, can you send this to security forces or somebody that can help, which is fine. However, it's still going around social media, and the internet doesn't forget. You have this video of this lady. It's so dehumanizing to see her go through this and then have this video being circulated. So I say, as public awareness will continue, we always encourage people that if you see something, say something. But if you see something, it doesn't mean share to all platforms. Like, for example, you forward to your family group, oh, look at what is happening to this lady. No, we don't do that. You can share to maybe a police officer, oh, I've seen this. You can share to the Domestic Violence Secretariat. Share to people that could be able to do something. But viral shares, you press the button, broadcasts, these are things that we should desist from. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for your time this afternoon.
Thank you too. Bye.
Right. That was Genevieve Patterson, Country Director of Amnesty International Ghana. So we are talking about a video that recently circulated showing a man abusing a woman who is alleged to be his wife. Now, we don't know how long this has been going on for, but luckily we had the neighbor recording and then reporting the case to the police service, also posting on social media, which Genevieve Patterson, who happens to be the country director of Amnesty International Ghana, is saying, advising Ghanaians that instead of posting on social media, we should go to the authorities and give the evidence to them. Joining us on the line is the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Agnes Namumu-Lati. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us.
Good afternoon. I hope you are doing well.
I am. What about you?
By grace, I am doing well.
Right. Now, beyond the statements your ministry has released, other steps is the ministry taking to follow this issue?
Okay, so good morning to your listeners. From the statement, you can deduce that we were doing lots of work behind the scenes with the police. So the police service have been able to contact or reach the house of where the incident occurred. And so the gentleman involved is currently been arrested, and the other person, I think the informant, the one who did the video, is also being protected. And so as we speak, it is a case that a docket has been opened for it to be processed to court.
Right. Now, there are several factors that have led to gender-based violence, especially in the country. How is the ministry tackling such issue?
Okay, so we are guided by the law, which is under review, but in this country, no abuse is legal. No form of abuse is legal, and there's no justification for any form of abuse, whether the person is an adult or a child. And so that is why we precede our statements with the condemnation of the act. And we do a lot of sensitization aside the sensitization for the general public to be aware of what their rights are and what is expected of them as citizens, the protection they are also entitled to as citizens. We also have a call center. This call center receives calls on any form of abuse from the various communities. We have social welfare officers who work under the Ministry of Local Government. They also collate information and process to they liaise with either DOFSU or they go directly to the CID department, and then they are able to process perpetrators. And so basically, we've been working with all stakeholders. Some of our stakeholders are also civil society organizations who are doing so well. They have so many years of experience in this field, and so they also guide the processes. And we are able to seek justice for victims.
Now, there are calls for the the reviewed Social Protection Act to be passed immediately to help us curb this domestic violence menace. What is the state of it now? We know that it's still in Parliament. What's the state?
Social Protection Act has been passed. It was passed this year. And so it is the LI that we are working on. But for social protection, if that is what you mean, it's been passed. The DV had an act that is being amended to take on emerging issues. So it is the amendment that we are working on now. So the DV Act has been in existence for a while now, and we are amending it now, or reviewing it, let me so say, to take on emerging issues. So that is where we are with the DV law.
What's the state of the LI as we speak?
For which one? The social protection or
social
the DV?
Protection and the DV.
The social protection LI is getting to Parliament, I think in the next week or so. It's with the AG, but they've worked on it. We've done the consultations that needed to be done. We've collated the input from the general public and stakeholders. And so the AG is finalizing it, and then it will get to the subsidiary legislation committee of Parliament. For the DV review, it is still underway. I think it's far advanced in terms of collation. Now it's closed. It's also with the AG, Attorney General, and that is where we are with that.
All right.
And it's coming with the LI as well.
All right. Okay. Now, thank you for your time this afternoon.
My pleasure.
Right.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right. You're welcome. That was the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Agnes Na Momo-Lati. Now, moving on, the CEO of the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications and Deputy National Elections and IT Director of the National Democratic Congress, Tanko Rashid Computer, has accused the former New Patriotic Party administration of weaponizing the judiciary against the then opposition NDC. He cited incidents that occurred in the lead-up to the 2024 general elections as clear evidence of what he described as politically motivated judicial actions targeted as the NDC.
And they used the judiciaries against the opposition. And it was very bad. We saw it in this country. Look, We filed a writ at the Supreme Court trying to prevent the Electoral Commission from going ahead with some registration exercise. Because if you look at the enabling clause that allow this regulation that allows them to do the registration, said you should have this accessibility to registration center. Then you go and put a registration center at your district office, which somebody has to travel about 100 kilometers to that place. Is it accessible to that person? Wanted to challenge that thing, the regulation. If you look at this CI 91 as amended, you will see that enabling thing is there. Make it accessible to the registrant. That is why they say you do it at electoral areas. So that I can easily take a bicycle or I can walk to that and do my registration. MPP knowing very well Ghanaians were going to reject them. They used the judiciary to force them to go and do the registration at the Electoral Commission offices, district offices, forcing people to bus all over the place. Now, when we went to the court, you know what they did to us? They refused to bring it on board. She gave us a date to come, and the date shows that they would have finished the registration before they even called the matter. What was the meaning of that? And when we finished the registration and everything was done.
Meanwhile, the CEO of the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications has stressed that the ruling NDC would not interfere in the affairs of the judiciary in the country. Speaking on ABC in the morning, he stated the previous administration has spoken its nose in the affairs of the judiciary, and the government will stay clear and not hamper justice delivery.
It's continuity. You continue. You don't put it and say because the constitutional review thing has not come in, so you cannot continue. Governor, you have to wait until. No, you don't do that. It's continuity, and we are continuing the process. Let me tell you, this current administration have no intention whatsoever to interfere in the judiciary and their work.
Okay.
We have no interest in that. Let me give you an example. Just recently, their regional chairman, Ashanti region, Chairman Wontumi, got a ruling at the Supreme Court. You remember his contempt case against this? He got a ruling. Do you think under their regime, an NDC regional chairman or NDC person, they nearly locked up, they even got out our MP from Parliament? As enough, they made sure that they use every subtle means to remove our MP from Parliament, using the judiciary. We are in power. If you have to take what my brother is saying, that means that Chairman won't.
Still on this, Member of Parliament for Efia constituency, Isaac Boamanyako, has described the removal of Gertrude Tokonu and subsequent appointment of Chief Justice Bafo Boni as preconceived by the government while in opposition. Speaking on ABC in the morning, the Efia legislator noted that the president had given indication of judicial reforms while in opposition and is manifesting the same now.
When Tokonu was going to the court and she was being ruled out and they are giving 5070, has he complained? What has changed? So when it was against you, you had a problem. Now it is for you, you don't talk. But why should it be a problem if someone rules 7071 or 52 or all of those? It is about the reasoning. If the reasoning doesn't make sense and it is political reasoning, let us criticize the decision of the court. And all of us are entitled to criticize the decisions of the court. We may disagree, and that is where I want us to lift our discourse to as a people. Devoid of all the politics. Yes, in the judiciary, there are political interests. Why? That's why I said they taking Gertrude Tokonu and bringing a new chief justice. It's a political decision. It's a political decision because they have seen from Gertrude Tokonu's conduct prior to 2024 when they came into power that it will be difficult because the chief justice exercises an independent.
We're going for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Rent back with the beer.
Hey, come on. Come and see what. Hey, wait, this guy. My friend, see before.
It's the Telestar Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telestar Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telestar Play app to obtain and start winning in the Telestar Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Amacho, sister, your man ko. When is campaign? Sister, your man ko. If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto etiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh, no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Hey, so mommy, who is going to do my day jollof?
Oh, Kwame, you know our secret, right?
Yeah.
Efia.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Now add your Chino jollof mix.
The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana jollof.
Jollof so good.
Jollof so good. Tasty me.
What is going on here?
Enjoy jollof the Ghana way. Gino jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
This advert is FDA approved.
Playing for your country, easy. Scoring, easy. Winning, easy. You know what be easy now? Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Easy. It gets everything inside. Gary, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water. Sharp my soakings make ready. Taste and energy. Made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kivo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
Also available, strawberry, coconut, and chocomore. This advert is FDA approved.
You're still watching ABC Midday News live on ABC News Ghana Television. We're streaming live on Facebook at ABC News GH_. In other stories, the Member of Parliament for Efia constituency, Isaac Boamanyako, is calling for the dismissal of key officials responsible for the recent military recruitment exercise that resulted in the unfortunate death of 6 individuals during the Elwak Stadium stampede. He insisted that the military high command, including the Chief of Defense Staff, must take full responsibility for the incident, stressing that such a preventable loss of lives requires decisive action and accountability at the highest levels.
Before you get to committee, heads should roll. This is what we don't do in this country. It came out that the deputy minister has been fired. They said it was a fake news. They said military command, somebody is supposed to be interdicted. Nobody is telling us anything. Heads should roll that very day. 6 people die because of somebody's negligence or somebody's misjudgment. And you don't hold anybody accountable, and we are going to do what? Investigation. What kind of country are we in? What kind of country? Who took that decision? Where do you have Chief of Defense Staff there at post? Didn't you know that this was, the military is supposed to be one of the most disciplined institutions in this country. So up to the Chief of Defense Staff, even if you are not directly involved, you take responsibility. That is our serious country runs. If there was supposed to be a Minister of Defense, that Minister of Defense should have been dismissed. Unfortunately, and I say, without any equivocation, if Omanebuana was Minister of Defense, he wouldn't have allowed this nonsense to happen. And I'm surprised. I will say this for him. And unless if he had lived to see this and he had failed me, then I will say it is not Omanebuana that I know. That in 2025, you want to bring people up, not even body stretch.
Meanwhile, the CEO of the Ghana Investment Fund for Electronic Communications and Deputy National Elections and IT Director of the National Democratic Congress, Tanko Rashid Computer, has noted that the government will eliminate protocols in the selection of qualified applicants for this year's military recruitment. He stated that the government is reversing the trend that was adopted in the previous administration.
We are going to make sure that we give opportunity to every Ghanaian youth who is desirous of joining the military. We don't want to restrict it. We'll give them opportunity to go there, avail yourself, and that's why we remove protocol. And that's why I'm telling you, the minister announced it. Didn't you hear this in the interior minister? Did you hear it? So there's no protocol. If somebody asks you to pay anything, apart from you paying your 200 Ghana cedis for your form and fill the thing, if anybody asks you to pay, let us know. Bring it to our attention. In fact, my office is 24 hours. Let us know. We'll come after such a person. We are going to make sure that we give opportunity to every Ghanaian youth who is desirous of joining the military. We don't want to restrict it. We'll give them opportunity to go there, avail yourself, and that's why we remove protocol. And that's why I'm telling you, the minister announced it. Didn't you hear this in the interior minister?
We're going for a short commercial break. We'll bring you business news after. Welcome back from the break. You're still watching ABC Midday News live on ABC News Ghana television. We're streaming live on Facebook at ABC News GH_. Now, in the world of business, President John Mahama has praised the Bank of Ghana and the Finance Ministry for their management of the Ghanaian cedi, noting that the two institutions have restored the value of the cedi and brought its respect back. Speaking at the celebration of 60 years of the cedi at the Accra International Conference Center, the president noted that the cedi has directed the conduct of monetary policy in the country, sharpening the expectations of households and businesses.
I just want to say that the governor and all your people, your team at the Bank of Ghana, the Ministry of Finance, Bank of Ghana, the Ministry of Finance, Ghanaians are grateful to you for the management of our currency. I think that a lot of respect has returned to our currency, and it's my hope that you keep whatever you're doing to make sure that we don't have excess liquidity. All those words you people have, open market operations, whatever those your technical jargons are, whatever you're doing, continue doing so that the cedi is respected. Over 60 years now, the cedi has, one, anchored the conduct of our monetary policy. It has shaped the expectations of households and businesses. It has absorbed shocks, domestic, regional, and global, and symbolized the resilience of the Ghanaian economy and the Ghanaian people. And so the cedi at 60 is therefore more than just a celebration. It is a moment for analysis. It is a chance to consider what our currency stands for.
Governor for the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Isiama, has urged Ghanaians to see the protection and stability of the cedi as a collective national responsibility. Speaking at the cedi at 60 conference in Accra, he stressed that safeguarding the currency requires unity, public confidence, and contributions from all sectors of society. Dr. Isiama expressed optimism about Ghana's economic future and encouraged stakeholders to share ideas that will strengthen the cedi over the next 6 decades.
The cedi belongs to all of us, colleagues. It carries our confidence, our efforts, and our belief in the future of this country. I encourage you all to engage fully, share generously in the discussions, and help shape the vision of what the next 60 years of the cedi should and must look like. My hope is that every Ghanaian, from the child that is learning to count, the trader that is serving her community, the entrepreneur who is building something new, can all continue to hold the cedi and with unwavering confidence and with pride. May we always remember that protecting the cedi is not the task of any one institution. And let me say that again. Protecting the cedi is not the task of any one institution. It is a shared endeavor that is rooted in our belief.
Meanwhile, Bank of Ghana's Governor Dr. Johnson Isiama has called for a future-focused approach to strengthening trust in the cedi. He's speaking at the cedi at 60 conference. He said younger Ghanaians who live in a highly digital and fast-paced financial world will base their confidence in the cedi on the credibility of the institutions that manage it. He highlighted the rise of digital payments, tokenized currencies, and AI-driven financial systems as key global shifts, while stressing that cash still remains vital for financial inclusion.
So now, we must look ahead for the next 60 years in terms of what the cedi holds. Now, the next generation will relate to the cedi in new ways. And let's think about it. Young Ghanaians are growing up in a world where value moves instantly, where digital interaction is second nature to them, and where expectations of transparency, convenience, and accountability continues to rise. Their relationship with the cedi will be shaped by the trust they place in the institutions that serve them. So part of our responsibility as policymakers, as technicians, and as leaders is to ensure that the cedi, however it is assessed, continues to serve these aspirations. Across the world, the landscape of money is indeed shifting. Digital payments continue to reshape behavior and expand access. Jurisdictions are advancing their thinking on CBDCs as well as tokenized instruments and raising new considerations around trust, interoperability, and privacy. Advances in artificial intelligence are redefining authentication, security, and lifecycle management. At the same time, global uncertainty, geopolitical realignments, and technology dependence all create new vulnerabilities for economies like ours. These shifts are already shaping how Ghanaians earn, save.
That's all for business news. Up next is Sports with Eugene Oforisoti.
Introducing Betway's Bet Influencer, a groundbreaking feature where you can make money by just sharing codes. He just needs to share his codes and make money. The more his codes are used, the more money he makes. Oh yes. So, what are you waiting for? Anyone can be a bet influencer. Share your codes and make money. Bet Influencer, another world first from Betway.
This advert has been approved by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Betway, get way more.
Hello there, welcome to the sports segment on Midday Live. I am Eugene Oforisote. Let's kick off with the 2025 edition of the Kirin Cup, where currently the Black Stars of Ghana are currently losing by 1-0 to South Korea in the game being currently played. South Korea took the lead through a crossing which was headed in by the Korean defender past the on-rushing goalkeeper Benjamin Serati's first post. Before the goal was scored by South Korea, Black Stars striker Prince Edu Kwabena with Victoria Pilsen also scored a goal but was unfortunately ruled out for offside. Then also Jonas Ajete, who plays for Basel, who's the defender for the Black Stars, also scored a goal but also ruled for offside. Then as well, Benjamin Asare also made a crucial penalty save to keep the result at 1-0 at the moment. So it's currently Korea leading Ghana by 1-0. Remember that Ghana lost the first game by 2-0 against Japan as well. So Ghana is yet to score a goal which has been accepted at which will be accepted at this year's Kirin Cup, and they've conceded 3 in two games. Well, away from the Black Stars but still on Ghana football, the GFA has expressed deep sorrow following the tragic death of 2 supporters of Aduana Football Club who lost their lives in a road accident while returning to Doma from Kumasi on Sunday evening. The fans were traveling back after supporting their club in the Ghana Premier League match against Kumasi Asante Kotoko when the accident occurred. The incident has left the football community in shock and mourning. In a statement, the GFA extended heartfelt condolences to the families of the deceased and to the leadership, players and supporters of Aduana FC. The association reaffirmed its solidarity with the club during this painful period. The statement reads, the GFA shares in your pain during this difficult moment, and we stand in solidarity with the entire Aduana FC family. The GFA also confirmed that it is working closely with the Aduana FC officials to ensure proper support for the 2 surviving victims who are currently receiving treatment at the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital in Kumasi. Aduana FC earlier announced the tragic incident in a statement released on Monday, November 17, 2025. Well, all is set for the 2025 CAF Awards, which will be held tomorrow, Wednesday, which will see 3 players battle it out for the Player of the Year. For it, we see Ashraf Hakimi of Paris Saint-Germain and the Moroccan national team, and then Mohamed Salah of Liverpool and the Egyptian national team, and Victor Osimhen of Nigeria and Galatasaray. These 3 players are battling it out for the Player of the Year. Hakimi won the Champions League with PSG and also been a very important figure for Morocco. He's out injured at the moment. Mohamed Salah won the Premier League title with Liverpool and played a key role in securing World Cup qualification for the Pharaohs of Egypt. Also for Victor Osimhen, he won the Turkish Cup and then the Turkish Premier League with them. And then for the national team of the year finalist, Ghana is in for the women after winning bronze at the 2025 AFCON. Ghana, the Black Queens, have made it there. Morocco is also present, as well as the Nigerian national female team as well. So the award session will be held tomorrow. And then for the coach of the year, Coach Bubista, helping Quebec reach their first ever World Cup final. World Cup final makes it to the coach of the year nomination, as well as Walid Regragui, who is the head coach of the Moroccan national team, as well as Morocco's under-20 head coach as well. So the CAF awards will be held on Wednesday in Morocco. So stay tuned for more updates in terms of the CAF Awards 2025. Well, that's all the sports for now. I'm Eugene Oforisoti. For more sports news, head to abcnewsga.com/sports. The news continues with Peggy Nakwabano after this break.
Rent back with the beer open. Come on, come see what? Wait, this guy. My friend, see before.
It's the Telestar Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telestar Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telestar Play app to opt in and start winning in the Telestar Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
When is campaign? If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto etiaka. Inti ene, uno banu mumpe baby amubeda. Oh, no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Hey, so mommy, who is going to do my wedding jollof?
Oh, Kwame, you know our secret, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, me. I've got it.
Now add your Chino Jollof mix.
The perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time. And there you have it, your original Ghana jollof.
Jollof so good.
Jollof so good. Tasty near.
What is going on here?
Enjoy jollof the Ghana way. Gino jollof is made with the perfect blend of tomatoes, pepper, and fine herbs and spices to ensure a consistent taste every time.
This advert is FDA approved.
Watching Midday News live on ABC News Ghana television. Up next is international news. On the international front, gunmen armed with sophisticated weapons attacked a girls' boarding school in Maga, Kebbi State in Nigeria before dawn on Monday, killing the vice principal and abducting about 25 students. Police said the assailants stormed the school around 4 a.m., exchanged fire with security guards, and scaled the perimeter fence before seizing the girls. Vigilantes are now searching surrounding forests and escape routes. The attack has devastated families and heightened anxiety across the region, where kidnappings by armed bandit groups, often motivated by ransom, have become disturbingly routine. Security analyst Oluwole Ojewale has noted that such incidents trigger national grief and deepen public frustration, with the government widely viewed as unable to protect its citizens. He stressed that school abductions carry heavy emotional weight, drawing global attention from organizations such as UNICEF and Save the Children, while furthering the propaganda aims of armed groups. Northwestern Nigeria continues to struggle with widespread insecurity as loosely organized bandits operate alongside long-standing threats from extremist groups like Boko Haram and ISWAP. The trauma of school kidnappings has persisted since Boko Haram's 2014 abduction of 276 Chibok schoolgirls, an event that still shapes public memory. At least 1,500 students have been kidnapped across the country since then, fueling ongoing fear in communities where attacks on schools, villages, and travelers have become common. That's all for international news. Up next is entertainment news. Dancehall artist Shatta Wale has apologized to MC Kojo Manuel following a scuffle during his performance at Tidal Rave on November 16, 2025. The incident occurred after Kojo Manuel introduced Shatta Wale but remained on stage, reportedly trying to vibe along. Shatta Wale's aide, Abongo, forcefully pushed him off, triggering public debate. In a post on November 17, Shatta Wale expressed regret, stressing that the altercation wasn't personal but due to a strict performance plan he had agreed on with DJ Viroski.
We all just for learn, and that's how we learn. I made a tweet and Kojo Manuel came to reply, and it's so beautiful. Like this one, I have a good one. No. We all understand whatever. But I see my boy Dan. You know they watch anybody for internet, oh. You know they watch, say they TV, or you know bro, he's working for an institution, and that's it. Like the way you also work in your boss's office and behave, that's how my Dan is. I don't go to the play. Ask any of my team members, they go tell you. He be the highest ranking member where they work past everybody. He knows the ins and outs of this.
That's all for entertainment news, and that's how we wrap up ABC Midday here on ABC News Ghana Television. We stream live on Facebook at ABC News GH _ for more news. Log on to our website at www.abcnewsgh.com. My name is Peggy Nyakwambano. Enjoy the rest of your day.